Hey, Monique from Creative Wife Life. If you want to stick around and see what I've got so far, the very beginning stages for Riley, my 5-year-old, her homeschooling kindergarten curriculum, I have a bunch of stuff that I need to get rid of and look through. Stick around. Okay, so right now I'm standing in the room where Riley, my 5-year-old, was going to be homeschooling full-time come September. I did a quick tour of it and I'll link it somewhere either up top or below so you can just kind of see where we are. Like I said, just to reiterate, I am just starting. I am just starting to, well, not really. I have been thinking and praying about this for the last year and a half, but I'm really getting into gear now so that come September, I'm not crazy. So anyways, I went through this right here and you'll see in my prior video that it was really full. It's completely empty now because I wanted to go through to see what I had in terms of books that she is currently using, that she can use, and just kind of organize. So what I saw is that actually a lot of my books were coloring books, okay? So as you see, and I'll go through it, I'll flip it around so that you can see. Okay, so a lot of these books are all coloring books that, you know, she can put over on our craft table. And a lot of these things I didn't even buy. You know, you go to birthday parties, church, they give them away a lot of times. And if I did buy them, like for instance, we got this when we went to the bank to open up her account, her savings account. So they gave them away. If I do buy any kind of coloring books, they're from the dollar store because this is kind of like more like a drawing book because there's no reason to spend anything more than $1 on a coloring book. But I'm just going to go through real quick her curriculum books. See, those are all coloring books. That's kind of crazy. I'm going to take a seat and go through her curriculum books to see what she could use. Some of these things we've already gone through, and she can do them very easily. But I think we can still review it. Even though this is at the pre-K to K level, she can still review. This is also beginning reading, which we could still do. So I'll leave that aside. Math readiness. Let's see what's in here. This is K through 1. Now, as you see, we've done a lot of the sheets already in here. She knows how to count her numbers pretty well already. And we've done a lot of them already. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. This I know we've done a lot too. As you see, she traces already and counts well over 20. I'm going to get rid of that. We already went through that. This language arts books, it's 1st and 2nd grade. I believe a friend of mine left it here by accident and I just kept it. She will need to be going through this later on, probably towards the end of kindergarten. We might be into this kind of thing. So I'll hold on to that for later. This, I know she doesn't need anymore. We've already gone through this and I'm going to throw that away. This as well, I'm throwing this away too. Because it's ripped and destroyed. These spelling puzzles I'm going to keep for later. This is for 1st grade. I'm going to keep that later. Math expressions. A girlfriend of mine who was a teacher gave me these books. And so this is actually perfect for her to have. She's already done some of it already, as you see, like some of the dot to dots and some of the number groups and stuff like that. So she's familiar with the workbook like this. So we'll just hold on to that. This I haven't even opened up yet. Language Arts Foundations, the kindergarten level. We're going to hold on to that as well. Comprehensive curriculum for kindergarten. I'm going to hold on to this as well. Brain activities. I don't even know what this is. She's done some of it, it looks like. What level is this? Kindergarten to 1. I think I'll keep it and I'll just take a good look at it. Another math expressions, kindergarten. Yep, we'll keep that. These ones I just picked up at the dollar store. Now, yes, it's first grade. But when I looked through the kindergarten ones that they had at the dollar store, it was more like this style. And nothing is wrong with that, and nothing's wrong with reviewing. But I feel that using pictures, because right now we use manipulatives to do simple addition problems, and we've done additions like 5 plus 2 and 2 plus 1 and 1 plus 4 using blocks. So I think using the pictures, I think, will be exciting for her, and something that she can do right now. So we're gonna hold on to those things. This I haven't really got into. I think I ripped a couple of pages out of it. This is kindergarten, and I kind of regret getting it. I paid $5 for it. I kind of regret getting it because a lot of it's very elementary, like very, very, very beginning stages. And we've done a few things, but she knows her colors. She knows her shapes. And at least half of it is very much basic skills, as you say, and she knows that already. So I'm going to keep it for the latter part of it. I guess the reading and part of it, I guess I have, oh, and like time and stuff, that is actually very good. So I need to actually really go through this and see exactly what to do. So I've cut down my pile. So here's what she's going to be working on come more August, September, or like even now we'll like start to filter it and through it, but we're going to work on this stuff as additional material. And then this is later, and this is stuff that she can work on now, even though, yeah, we'll work on this now. This we're going to throw away, okay? And these we're going to just put in our craft center. So we have completely organized that. So hopefully I can get another clip in there that it's more organized. Okay, so the center looks a lot better, as you see. I have cleared it out. So now there is plenty of room to add more curriculum material. So at the very top, I have stuff that I'm going to be dealing with right now. This is later. And that's it. And then I have the other center over here where it's just craft stuff, coloring books. I need to organize that as well. So I just want to take a quick minute and talk about what our plans for the curriculum is for Riley. I definitely know, I'm gonna move this back a little bit. I definitely know that it's going to be more an eclectic approach to learning for our daughter. I looked at several different curriculums and packages and programs, and I really have come across that I am more into unschooling. Unschooling is basically saying that your child, or most children, or the belief that most children learn well in an environment where they are playing, interacting with others, socialization, doing things around the home, not necessarily sitting at a desk. And that is, I guess, the premises for homeschooling, where there is this incredible amount of flexibility and incredible amount of differentiation for your child. I had the great opportunity to work with a math consultant that traveled around the States, and I traveled with her as her assistant, and she really taught teachers how to teach math and language arts, primarily math though. And her biggest thing was you have to differentiate in your classroom. Now it's difficult to do that in a classroom with 25 plus kids because all these kids learn differently. As you know, kids learn differently at different paces. But the ability to do that, even if you're homeschooling 1 kid or 2 kids or 3 kids or 5 kids, I've seen a woman homeschool 6 kids. You're able to differentiate, or you're able to look and see how your child is learning. And for my daughter, Riley, she is very creative. She's very musical. She's very artistic. And I really want to tap into that. And I want to nurture that in her because I do not want to stifle that. So I'm going to do an eclectic approach with her. I'm going to take different things, different curriculums, There are some books that I definitely want to get. There's a book, and I wrote it down. It's called Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Steps. I definitely want to get that book for her. And I looked it up on Amazon. It's super inexpensive. And there's Spelling You See and Math You See. I want to see how those work for Riley, and I want to get those books as well. But primarily, I really want to employ the approach of I do, we do, you do. So I do an activity, she sees it, we do it together, and then she does it by herself, because I want to foster independence in Riley so that she knows how to work by herself. I also want to talk about how I want to schedule the day, but I'm not going to do that in this video because I feel like it's going to get too long. I think that should be a separate video completely. But the one thing I do want to say before I sign off is that I've looked at different curriculums, My Father's World, Classical Conversations, and so forth, and there's so many that have a Christian foundation, a Christian base to them. You know, I'm all for that. Obviously, we are a Christian household. We go to church. We're faithful. I've been a Christian for 17 plus years. I didn't grow up in a Christian home per se, but I have been a practicing Christian for 17 plus years, and so is my husband. My husband grew up in a pastor's home. He is a preacher's kid. We believe in God. We believe in all the way. We live for Him, okay, by His principles and by the Word of God. So you would think that I would launch a program that completely, does that, all the way, all the language arts, all the math, all the art, all the music is completely towards a Christian basis or foundation. But I actually don't want that. My husband and I had this conversation that I want a devotion time with Riley. I want music, Christian music with Riley. I want some lessons. I want scripture memorization with Riley on a daily basis, or at least on a weekly basis with her. Besides our regular church schedule and, that stuff. But I don't want every single element of our educational experience to be biblical based. I want that to be in a section and a time, but I don't want everything to be biblical based. So I can use elements of My Father's World, I can use elements of Classical Conversations, but I don't want to use everything. So that's why we're doing an eclectic approach where I can use some of that stuff from My Father's World and so forth, but I can also use other things that aren't biblical based. But it's also in a controlled environment because it's in our house. So that's kind of where we're standing on that. If you have any questions or comments, please link them below. And again, if you like these kind of videos, I'm going to keep going with them. Please subscribe because we are just starting, like I said, kindergarten homeschooling with one daughter that we have so far, Riley Grattan. So we want to do that with her. Okay, I will check back with you later.